Hey guys, welcome back to the third floor arcade. This is Jason, and today I'm going to be doing a quick updated tour of the game room. But before I do, I just want to say thanks to everybody for the recent feedback and comments on the new channel. It's much appreciated. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Alright guys, let's go check out some games. Alright guys, so welcome to the third floor arcade. I recently got 2 new cabinets this month, and I switched some stuff around recently, so let's take a look. Now the first cabinet, and this one's I got about a month ago, is the new Burgertime Cabinet, which I'm a huge fan of so far. Growing up as a kid, I always loved the Burgertime arcade. I think it was one of my favorites in the 80s. And also on this cabinet, I'm a huge fan of Bad Dudes. So far, I just love this cabinet. It looks cool. And definitely happy with that purchase. So next up we got the Final Fight Cab. Final Fight's one of the more popular beat 'em ups. Came out in 1989. However, I think the highlight of this cabinet is 1944. I think that game was just awesome. 2-playered and just a lot of fun, that game. Alright, so next up we got the Street Fighter Cab. This cabinet was one of my favorites in the early 90s. I just remember going down the New Jersey boardwalk, and this is the first game I went to every time. I love this game. When I'm playing this, I'm usually Ken. That's usually my go-to character, Ken or Ryu. Alright, so next up we got the Pac-Man 40th Anniversary Cabinet. Just got this one this week, and so far I'm a huge fan of this. Definitely worth the money. I had the first generation Pac-Man, but I felt like it was lacking. The controls, I didn't like the controls on it, and it only had the 2 games on there. So I recently sold that, and I picked this one up. And so far, I love the new Pac-Man. The lit marquee looks great. I like the wood grain look, and the joystick on this is a huge improvement over the first generation Pac-Man. Next up is one of my other favorites, and one of the best-selling fighting games ever in the arcades, and that's the Mortal Kombat 2 Cab. Now I did the custom light-up marquee on that one. That one wasn't stock when I bought this, and I also picked up the Mortal Kombat stool to go along with it. Big fan of the Mortal Kombat series. Alright, so moving along, we got the Star Wars Atari Cabinet. This cab has the 3 games, Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. These are all early 1980s classics. I just love the way this one looks, and I like how it's a couple inches taller than all the other arcade 1-ups. I think that kind of it looks cool, stands out amongst the rest of them. Alright, so next up we got the Golden Tee Cab. Now Golden Tee, this cabinet actually might be my favorite arcade 1-up so far. It has a ton of replay value, it looks awesome. I think it has one of the best lit marquees of all of them actually. And I'm a big fan of golfing games, so maybe that's why I love this one so much. So moving along, we got the Space Invaders Cab. Space Invaders, originally I wasn't planning on picking this one up, but I got it pretty cheap. I think I paid like 150 bucks for that one. Then I installed a custom light-up marquee on there. Big fan of that game. Definitely a huge piece of arcade history is Space Invaders. Alright, so next up we got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cab. This one is another one of my favorites from the early 90s, actually late 80s. The original arcade Turtles game came out in 89, and I remember playing that. I was about 7 years old, and I was just hooked on that game. Then a few years later, Turtles in Time came out, and that was another classic. I love both those games. Next up, we got the Rampage Cabinet. Now this one comes with Gauntlet, Joust, and Defender. I like this cab. I don't play this one as much as the others, but it seems like when I have people over here, this is one of the first games they always go to. I think a lot of people like Rampage, as well as the other games on there. The only problem I have with this cab is it doesn't save scores, which is kind of disappointing, especially for Joust. But overall, I like it. Big fan of that cab. And over here we got the Galaga cab. Big fan of Galaga. It's one of the all-time greats in terms of arcade history. And I love Galaxian too. Galaxian's on there as well. So what do we got next? So next up we got the limited edition Marvel Superheroes cab. Now this cab I got straight from the ARCADE1UP website. I think they made like 8,000 of these. Big fan of this cab. It has the Sanwa sticks and buttons. And it's definitely a noticeable difference on the controls on this one. It's pretty high quality. And of the 3 games on there, my favorite is actually the Punisher. I think that's one of the more underrated arcade games ever. Just like classic beat 'em up. Alright guys, that's the 3rd floor arcade. As you can see, I'm kind of running low on room. But I could definitely get a couple more in here. I got NBA Jam coming. And definitely looking forward to the Sega cabinet with the Golden Axe. And I think Shinobi's on there and Altered Beast. Alright guys, so thanks for checking in to the 3rd floor arcade. If you're a fan of my videos so far, please hit that subscribe button. Alright guys, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.